Hey guys, it's your boy Mark back with another video. And I'm here to give you your boy's review of AEW Double or Nothing 2021 pay-per-view review. Yes, AEW's WrestleMania. I am reviewing it. The third ever Double or Nothing pay-per-view. I reviewed the first ever one on the night it happened, back in 2019. I didn't review last year's one though, 2020. I wish I had. I still haven't even watched last year's Double or Nothing. I wish I had done a review of it though. I had some weird personal feelings about AEW at the time, to tell the truth. There's certain people who I'm not friends with anymore because they are pieces of shit. Okay, who know what would have been up, you know? But I wish I had reviewed last year's Double or Nothing. I still haven't seen last year's Double or Nothing. I want to get that on DVD one day. But yeah, Double or Nothing 2021. I feel like a lot of people love the show more than I do. But I thought, well, when it went to the last two matches, for me personally, it became great. The last two matches were just awesome, and everything else was great. Was good to great, honestly. Not one bad match on the show. I gotta tell the truth. When this show started, well, it was on the pre-show. I literally had just woken up. I went to bed like 3:30 a.m. But I was tossing and turning for like an hour and a half. I didn't really get to sleep, I think, until like 5 a.m. And then when I woke up, it was like 30 minutes into the buy-in pre-show. But that pre-show match hadn't happened yet. But yeah, Double or Nothing 2021, I thought it was fine. Okay, I thought it was fine personally. Like I said, not one bad match on here. Like I said, the fact that I probably had just woken up and I'm still quite tired actually might be why I don't love this show as much as other people probably do. But yeah, like I said, not one bad match. I don't know, that's just how I feel right now, honestly. But yeah, AEW Double or Nothing 2021. I really don't know what else to say, honestly. But yeah, AEW's WrestleMania, their third WrestleMania. We have a lot of matches to uncover, man. This was a long show. But yeah, like I said, I when I review any pay-per-view, it doesn't have to be AEW. For the most part, like, I'm really just watching it just to get the review up, okay? So I'm watching it with the mind, what will I say in my review? You know what I mean? But if I could see myself re-watching this probably on DVD in the future, and then being like, and then like enjoying the whole show like so much more. Like if I watch it just to enjoy it for myself, you know what I mean? I can see that. But yeah, AEW's WrestleMania, AEW Double or Nothing 2021 pay-per-view review. I'm very thankful I found a stream for this. Actually, a friend of mine told me what stream to go on, so I'm thankful for that, you know. I wanted to review this show, but realistically, I wasn't sure if I would like find a good stream, but luckily I did. But yeah, like I said, I literally had just woken up when the pre-show match started, so That might be why I don't like some matches as much as others do, but like I said, I could see myself rewatching in the future and being like, oh, actually, that match was actually pretty awesome. I really underrated that. I could see that happening. But yeah. Now let's go on to reviewing matches. I'm just trying to treat these reviews of matches as big of a deal as they are. I don't want to be like, alright, let's get into the review, because I'm trying to make it feel as special as it deserves to be felt special, you know what I mean? I don't really know how else to do that though, so let's get on with the review. The buy-in pre-show match, we have the NWA World Women's Championship match. We have Serena Deeb defending against Riho. Dang good match. Lots of fun. I was rooting for Riho, who I believe is the inaugural AEW Women's Champion. Could be wrong on that. But Serena Deeb playing the heel. I believe that's Serena from the Straight Edge Society. Here in NWA, AEW, whatever. It was a really fun match. Serena Deeb retained, defeating Riho, but I don't really know what else to say. It was a dang good match, and like every single match on here is at least 3.25 for me. So yeah. And the show officially begins with Hangman Adam Page versus Brian Cage. This was a fun opener. Dang good way to begin the show, if you ask me. 12 minutes. It was just fun. Good counters. Just good, fun, opening match type stuff. And Hangman Page won. Yeah. And it was 12 minutes, which is, yeah, that's a good time for a match, if you ask me. Next match, we have a match that I reckon a lot of people probably like more than I do. The AEW World Tag Team Championship match. We have the Young Bucks consisting of Matt and Nick Jackson defending against Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston. I was really into this match. I really loved the brawl, like, before the match started officially. That was a lot of fun. For me personally, this match just went on way too long. It was like, oh my gosh, just end already, you know? I might say something similar for the AEW World Championship match later tonight, but for me, it works better with like a World Championship match, you know, it dragging on and all the false finishes. You can't believe they kicked out. You can't believe that got interfered with, you know? For me personally, it was a good match still. Honestly, my weakest match of the night, to tell the truth. But it just went on way too long for me. And I was rooting for Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston to win going into this match. But to my surprise, the Young Bucks actually retained, you know. I'm not mad at all, you know. I'm not like a massive, AEW supporter like a lot of people might be, but yeah, yeah, some awesome blood in this match though, from Jon Moxley, who actually took the pin as well. But yeah, I was surprised that the Young Bucks retained, you know. But yeah, like I said, a lot of people probably like this a lot more than I do. It really dragged on way too long for me, and the false finishes, false finishes like this work really for world title matches, because it's world titles matches that you really go, oh my gosh, you know what I mean? But yeah, it was still good for me, not great, but yeah. Next up, Casino Battle Royale for a future AEW World Championship match. Christian Cage beginning the match. The other participants, the clubs would be Christian Cage, Matt Sydal, Powerhouse Hobbs, Dustin Rhodes, Max Caster. The Diamonds would be Matt Hardy, Isaiah Cassidy, Preston Ten Vance, Nick Comoroto, and Serpentico. The Hearts would be Brian Pillman Jr., Griff Garrison, Colt Cabana, Anthony Bowens, and Penta El Zero Miedo. The Spades would be Mark Quinn, Jungle Boy, Aaron Solo, Evil Uno, Lee Johnson, and the Joker of this match was actually Lio Rush, my man Lio Rush. And if you guys have been on my on my universe mode, if you guys have been following my universe mode, I've been using Lio Rush a lot for 2K19. The reason I'm using Lio Rush so much in my universe mode is because, well, WWE 2K19 is the only game where you can play as him, and he's a DLC character, so, you know, I'm not taking him for granted, alright? I'm using the heck out of him as much as I possibly could. But, yeah. I was really happy that Lio Rush was the Joker entrant. I was not expecting him. I wouldn't lie, I was kind of expecting Daniel Bryan, actually. But I was very pleasantly surprised it was actually Lio Rush. Was not expecting that. Not even in my head, to be honest. Like, not even occurred to me that it would be Lio Rush. So that was an awesome surprise. I was rooting for Christian Cage to win this. It was cool. It ended up being Jungle Boy. I honestly wish it was Christian Cage who won, to be honest. I love the idea of Christian versus Kenny Omega. I wish Christian had won, alright? I'm not gonna, ride on the bandwagon that all these marks are going like, oh yeah, they made the right choice, Jungle Boy winning. I'm not on that bandwagon. I like Jungle Boy, I'm not trying to disrespect him or nothing. Rest in peace to Luke Perry, who is Jungle Boy's father, by the way. Rest in peace to Luke Perry. Like I said, I am a fan of Jungle Boy. I wanted Christian to win, man, and I still would have rather Christian won. But yeah, next up we have my match of the night up to this point. And by the way, I wrote this note down for the World Tag Team Championship match. I forgot to say it. I saw, it was much later in the show, though. I think during the AEW World Championship match, saw someone in the stream chat said a lot of the earlier matches could have been a lot shorter, and I agree with that completely. Especially, that World Tag Team Championship match, though. I wasn't really a fan of that, to be honest. But yeah, just wanted to put that out there. But next up, we have one of the matches I was really excited for. Cody Rhodes versus Anthony Ogogo. Cody Rhodes is Double or Nothing opponent for this year. I believe this is I think the commentator said this is Anthony Ogogo's third only match, Only his third match. I don't know if he means wrestling match in general or with AEW, but that's cool. And, to be in a big match like that with Cody, that's cool, man. But, yeah. I was excited for this match. I was rooting for my man Cody. I'm really proud of the fact that I have a Cody Rhodes DVD, and he's back in his blonde hair, which is awesome. This was a good match. I liked their mix of styles, honestly. I just had a blast watching this match. I think maybe I might have just been excited to see Cody wrestle because I really love Cody, honestly. I think he's just awesome and fun to watch, always. And yeah, I love the mix of styles. And Cody Rhodes did that, the back, I don't know what you call it, the back pile driver thing he does. Well, maybe not necessarily he does, but that pile driver thing. And Cody won. Cody defeated Anthony Ogogo. and I was really happy about that. I remember making a post on Facebook. Cody won! The neckbeards are mad! And that is absolutely true. Anyway, I really love this match. My match of the night up to this point, by far, honestly. And next up, one of my most anticipated matches going in, and I should make it clear, honestly, that like my star ratings for this and the match after this, I'm talking about the AEW TNT Championship match, by the way. Miro defeating against Lance Archer. And the AEW Women's Championship match after this. These two matches, my star ratings, I don't think can be like trusted. I don't know what other word to use. But what I'm trying to say is, it was my eating window, and I wanted to eat, so I was kind of like half. Like, I was kind of like, not even half, maybe like quarter watching both of these matches while I was heating up my butter chicken. No rice yet, though, because my mum is still asleep, which was very frustrating to me because my window's almost up. And I'm really frustrated about that, to tell the truth, but, because she said she'll get some rice, and I would like more rice for my butter chicken, but, so I was kind of like only quarter watching these next two matches that I'm going to review, which kind of sucks, I know, but especially because I was especially excited for the AEW TNT Championship match. To tell the truth, I never watched the AEW TNT Championship match ever until even now. Still, not really. I will do my best to review it though, because even though I've never like actually watched the TNT Championship match properly, I do think it is by far already my favorite AEW title. It really is. I have a thing for mid-card titles, alright? And this was the AEW TNT Championship match. Miro defending against Lance Archer. I really enjoyed what I saw this. There was a table spot that I completely missed. I was like heating up my food, and then I saw Miro had went through a table, and I'm like, holy, I missed the table spot. That's what I was like. So that was frustrating. And there looks like some cool stuff, the type of things that I would expect completely from a TNT Championship match, to tell the truth. And Miro choked out Lance Archer and retained by technical knockout or technical submission. Cool. I'm glad Miro retained. I'm a huge fan of every single AEW TNT champion so far, to be honest, especially Darby Allin. I was sad that he lost the title to Miro, but I'm glad that I'm a big fan of every wrestler that is TNT champion, though, to tell the truth. So Miro retains, awesome. Next up, we have the AEW Women's World Championship match, Hikaru Shida versus Dr. Britt Baker, D.M.D. And to tell the truth, what was I saying? I'm not looking at anyone else's like star ratings for Influence, so my star ratings in the description are like completely different from, may or may not be completely different from everyone else's, and I don't really care. Okay, just putting it out there. AEW Women's World Championship match, Hikaru Shida defending against Dr. Britt Baker, D.M.D. Like I said, I was kind of still half watching this, because as well as heating up butter chicken without rice, I was also cooking sausages, pre-cooked sausages, cooking pre-cooked. But from what I saw, this match, this was pretty awesome. I was rooting for Hikaru Shida, but it was damn good back and forth stuff. You had Britt Baker's manager or whatever like accidentally hit her with a cane or something. I saw Hikaru jump off a chair or something like that on the outside. And the final stretches of this match were pretty awesome, actually. Like, you really couldn't tell who was gonna win. It was just a really fun, awesome match. And in the end, Dr. Britt Baker taps out Hikaru Shida to win the AEW Women's World Championship. So congratulations to her. I was rooting for Hikaru, to be honest. Hikaru Shida. I was rooting for her. I wish she had won, but it was still an awesome match. And I'm happy for Britt Baker. Hopefully she has a great reign with the title. And yeah. But next up we have one of the matches I was excited to see just because of how much I loved this tag team's street fight at Revolution earlier this year. Sting and Darby Allin versus Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page. For a second, the live stream I was watching went back to the women's match for a sec. Even the guys who I don't care about in the live stream chat were talking about it. Hey, it went to the women's championship match for a second, and then it went back to the Sting match. So, yeah, this was a fun match. I might have just been happy to see Darby Allin wrestle, because like I said, he's probably my favorite AEW wrestler, to be honest. This was just fun to watch. It was fun to watch Sting. It was cool to hear like the commentary say that Scorpio Sky was like a huge Sting fan growing up, and it was his dream to wrestle Sting, a dream that turned into a nightmare. Ethan Page, he freaking did this huge ass powerbomb on Darby Allin and tossed him all the way to the crowd from inside the ring onto his brothers. That's like, oh my gosh, the strength. You gotta applaud that strength, man. Like, dang. That was dope. And this other awesome spot where Scorpio Sky, he was doing some type of rope move that kind of looked like Johnny Gargano's finisher. But Sting grabbed him for a Scorpion Death Drop for the 1, 2, 3. Sting and Darby Allin win. And that was a dang good match. I really enjoyed that. I'm happy Darby and Sting won. So, yeah. But, yeah. And, that was a dang good match. And, yeah. And now we have the match I was most excited for going into this show. That being the three-way match for the AEW World Championship match. Kenny Omega defending against Pac and Orange Cassidy. This match was awesome. I won't lie, I wasn't into this match like in the beginning for the most part. I thought they were doing too much one-on-one stuff instead of it being a proper triple threat. You know what I mean? And I know in my universe mode I've done that with like triple threats and four-ways. And I kind of regret it. I kind of wish I just kept those like a proper triple threat / four-way for the most part. I hope you understand what I'm talking about. Like when like one wrestler's out of it for a lot and it's pretty much just a singles match between certain wrestlers for a while. You know what I mean? How it kind of feels like that. But very, very slowly to me, this match slowly got better and better. As a whole, I personally thought the match could have been a bit better. But, like, the final stretch of this match was, like, probably as good as it ever could have been, okay? You had no clue who was winning in the final stretches of the match, and that really, like, put this match to being my match of the night thus far to me. You know? There was this awesome moment. Orange Cassidy, I really was impressed by Orange Cassidy in this match. I thought he was fantastic in this match. I loved his performance. Pac too, I loved his performance too. Omega's too. But Pac, there was this might have been one of the most satisfying low blows ever to me. Even though I like Orange Cassidy now after this match, that thing he does where he puts his hands in his pockets and just does those little ass kicks, that annoys the hell out of me. Especially how how much these marks, like, freaking go nuts over that shit. So when Pac kicked him right in the nuts when he was doing that annoying shit, that was so satisfying to me, man. Like, dang. Like, it's like, dang, that's like the one thing I don't like about Orange Cassidy. I don't know if I don't like it about Orange Cassidy or the marks that just go crazy over that stupid shit, man. You know? Yeah, it really got awesome in, like, the final stretch. Easily match of the night to this point. And, like, the moments when you thought Pac had it won. In the end, moments when you thought Orange Cassidy had it won. Fantastic counters and all that. I mean, you had Don Callis, I think that's his name, interfere for Omega when it looked like Orange Cassidy had the title won. Orange Cassidy did that orange punch or whatever. To Kenny Omega. Omega kicks out and puts him in a crucifix pin. 1, 2, 3. By the skin of his teeth, Omega did everything necessary to do whatever it took to retain the AEW World Championship match. The AEW World Championship, sorry. That's what I wanted to win. You know, not that I would have been mad or nothing if someone else had won. Yeah. So, congrats, Omega. That was a phenomenal three-way, sorry. Like I said, I just woke up when the show started, but yeah. Now we're going to the main event. Even though I wish that the World Championship match had main evented. The main event, Stadium Stampede match, where if the Inner Circle loses, they must disband. We have the Pinnacle, consisting of MJF, Wardlow, Shawn Spears, Cash Wheeler, and Dax Harwood, versus the Inner Circle, consisting of Chris Jericho, Jake Hager, Sammy Guevara, Santana, and Ortiz. I love that Chris Jericho has main evented every single Double or Nothing so far. I find it strange, though, for Stadium Stampede matches to main event WrestleMania, though, like the WrestleMania of AEW, you know? I feel like the AEW World Championship match should be main eventing, honestly. Although this time, when a certain revelation came up in the main event, in this match, I was okay with it main eventing at that point. This would be my match of the night. Honestly, the Stadium Stampede match, I don't think it's perfect, but I do think it's a dang good match. I do think it's a freaking awesome match. Yeah. Started off, oh, by the way, the Inner Circle's entrance, that was fire, man. That entrance. They literally descended from the freaking, like, the big-ass sign at the stadium, at the D.M.D. stadium. Like, abseiling. That was epic. MJF came in his limousine. The other members of the Pinnacle, they arrived in another car. Even though the Inner Circle assumed that the rest of the Pinnacle was in the limousine. MJF and Chris Jericho went at it a lot. They even ran into the freaking Jaguars coach or something. And that was, like, funny for him to appear. Lots of fun moments. And by the way, I said this to a friend of mine as I was watching this match, that The Rock and Mankind, with their empty arena match at Halftime Heat 1999, they set the stage for Stadium Stampede matches. Let's be real, bro. Let's be real. It was those two set the stage for these type of matches, bro. This was just awesome. So much fun. They fought everywhere. And you saw like different wrestlers fighting each other. Like you saw Jake Hager and fighting I think Wardlow. You had Shawn Spears fighting Sammy Guevara. You had the tag teams of each respective stable fighting each other. Oh, they actually went to a nightclub thing, which was pretty funny. MJF, of course, facing Chris Jericho. And there's just so many spots in this match that I'll probably beat myself later for forgetting some certain stuff when reviewing this. But there's just too much to, get into. Conan was actually the DJ at the nightclub. I don't really care about Conan, okay? Because he doesn't like John Cena. And for that reason, I don't like Conan. I didn't care for him appearing, alright? And the twist, though. I feel like we all assumed that this match was pre-recorded. This match was actually live, and the way that we found that out was the teams, they went to the freaking arena where the fans were. That was like, holy crap! And then you had Chris Jericho and MJF fighting in the upper section of the crowd, or whatever you call it. That was awesome. And Chris Jericho put MJF through a table there. He put him through more than one table in this match, actually. Sammy Guevara. Oh, there was this one awesome spot where Shawn Spears was looking at what weapon to use on Sammy. Kind of like the scene in Pulp Fiction where Butch was looking at chainsaw and then eventually got to the samurai sword in Pulp Fiction. And then he had bolt cutters, which he threw away. And then later on, he put Sammy Guevara back at the previous stadium in handcuffs so that he'd be out for the match. And it was awesome because those bolt cutters that he threw away, they were right there for Sammy Guevara to grab and free himself. That was awesome right there. That was excellent. And then, of course, the best part to me of this match was the twist that it was actually live. The Stadium Stampede match. I thought it was pre-recorded myself. In fact, there was a deleted tweet from someone who said that this match should be live. Something like that. I did screenshot that tweet for this video, though. You'll see that. You'll see that in this video. And then in the ring where the fans were, just were pretty awesome that it started out in a whole different stadium. And then it got to where the fans were. That was awesome. It was Sammy Guevara and Shawn Spears. And then Sammy put Shawn Spears' head through this chair thing. And then he did something else. I forgot what move it was. And then he goes for the cover on Shawn Spears. 1, 2, 3. In a circle win. They will not disband. Awesome match, awesome twist that it was actually live. It's almost like the opposite of the twist in Saw 2, isn't it? Like how the twist in that film was that the stuff going on was actually pre-recorded, So it's kind of like that, but the opposite of that, where it was actually live, But yeah, awesome main event, match of the night for me. The night ends with the Inner Circle celebrating with where the fans were. That was like a perfect end shot, honestly. One that I was not expecting either. So yeah. Overall, Double or Nothing. Very long show. Still great. Not one bad match, But still, like, as a whole, nothing for me personally to write home about. Only one title change, which is pretty crazy, actually. Some match results I would have liked, like, I would have rather, I much would have preferred, Christian winning the Battle Royal. I would have preferred Hikaru Shida retaining the title, and, I originally wanted the 3-way to main event, but after seeing the awesome twist in what ended up actually main eventing, I was okay with the AEW World title match not being the main event in the end. AEW Double or Nothing 3 2021. That's my review. I'm sorry that I didn't review last year's. I wish I had, like I said, but I hope you enjoyed your boys' review of this year's Double or Nothing. Hope you enjoyed. If you enjoyed your boys' review, please let them know. I'd very much appreciate it. Thank y'all for watching my review. Peace out, y'all.